because I feel his energies be coming in. He's not grounded. He comes in visitation. I feel it's because close by he knows that this particular dummy, if you like, is depicting one of his victims, the victims that he slaughtered, the womenfolk. And I feel that very close by, he comes in because close by he's taken at least one, if not two, of his victims, not far from here. I'm not saying here, Ivy, but close by. And, you know, he comes in through this perverse way or knowledge, I feel, that what is depicted in this building is two of his slaughtered ladies.
Did you just go...
I heard that.
I did not.
I heard that.
That what is depicted in this building is two of his slaughtered ladies.
Did you just go...
I heard that.
So I'm saying here, please, he's been ridiculing, saying he is the true Ripper, although he's aware that there is another that is in this time that is tried to emulate, and so two Rippers in actual fact, but only one, the true first Ripper, comes in visitation here.
And he's here now?
Yes, he's in this energy of this place.
Nobody knew who Jack the Ripper was?
Yes.
And you're saying that
there
were two. This is the first one?
This is the first one.
Is there any way you can ask Sam what his name is? Who was that?
That was Richard, I think.
Yes. No, it wasn't. I heard
from over there.
Something, and I like a whisper.
Yeah.
No, I heard a sigh.
Is
there any way you can ask Sam what his name is? Who was that?
The other Ripper in his time moved from the south to the north of England, and he said you will get your evidence and your proof because he was brought to justice, not in this jail, not in this dungeon. He was taken to from custody into the assizes, into the underground. In where? Say it that way. St. George's Hall. St. George's Hall where? St. George's Hall, Liverpool. St. George's Hall, Liverpool, the second Ripper, was tried not for this, not for the murders, for something else. He was the second Ripper. Thank you, Sam, thank you.
This early encounter with an unsavoury male would certainly link to this once poverty-stricken area of London. But had Derek really hit upon one of history's most notorious and elusive characters? A brutal 19th century murderer whose identity still remains as veiled and controversial in our modern age. And who is the supposed copycat killer? The search for truth continues at the London Dungeon.
You wouldn't know, would you? How would you know anything about it?
Our investigation at London's Dungeon had got off to a sensational start. With Derek sensing that this mock criminal crypt attracts the soul of the legendary Jack the Ripper, we eagerly awaited to see if this would be the only high-profile figure to emerge.
As we come in here, it's like a group of men. Not one, not two, a group of them. And it's like as if they're discussing, they're talking. I feel as if they're covered up in, it's like the hats, they're definitely soldiers. And I feel from this area, at some point in time, something was discussed, majorly discussed. No doubt Cromwell himself in overthrowing or doing something so major to the part of our history in England, so important, and it happened here, in this area.
Which Cromwell, though?
Yeah, what's the first name?
Yeah, what's the first name?
Is it Oliver? Oliver Cromwell. I feel right to the present day, or actually, they would be heard here. They would audibly, it's maybe like sounds of footwork, a lot of it, voices. Can you hear something?
Oh God, I'm sorry. I just heard. Did you just whisper, it's me?
Did you, after Derek said footwork, did you say footwork?
No.
And that's what I heard.
And this group, I feel right to the present day, are actually, they would be heard here.
Oh
I
God.
don't like it.
No, but we can listen
We can
back
listen
to
back
all of
to it,
these
yes.
things.
Yeah.
How exciting. I keep hearing these things. That's great that you're hearing them as well, because people can't say I'm mad.
Derek's time in the Jack the Ripper area had delivered another name of great historical significance, which had given us much to think about. And with our cameras switched to night vision, David Wells enters the seemingly endless chasm of darkness and death.
I've got a man, a woman and a child, and they're kind of standing in a row. So there's the man, the woman and the child. And that to me is a symbol that they're a family, that they're together. He's angry. He's angry because he wasn't provided for. He wasn't looked after. He wasn't cured. And it seems to be a class thing because of where he lived, because of what he did, which was, I think, what did you do? Well, he scavenged is what he's saying. So he, a bit of this, a bit of that, did whatever.
Have you got a voice link with him now? Is he talking to you?
Yeah. He's, well, talking to me is an understatement. I mean, he's shouting at me. He's more...
Do an impression of what you're hearing. Do an impression.
Okay.
Shout, if do
But
it.
it's kind of like, it's as if he will see me and see my clothes and consider that I have finery, therefore I'm everything he doesn't like. So he's dismissing me. He's like, well, what would you know? He's kind of like, well, you wouldn't know, would you? How would you know anything about it? It's kind of, and I'm trying to empathise with him in my head. And it's almost like he's a pusher, he's a shover, he's a nudger. And anyone he considers to have more, he would just like, woof at them. But he's doing this, he's like, why do you do that? He's touching these, moving these, he's rattling things.
Yeah.
Why would you do it? Why? You know, so he's angry about it all. He's shoving people around. He might rattle these around, knock things up and down. So he's pissed off, basically.
Can you ask him his name?
His name is... It's like Cuthbert. It's Cuthbert. Okay. I would say it's definitely Cuthbert. And I asked him his surname, and he said, doesn't have one as far as you're concerned. It's like, well, I don't have one because only people with finery have surnames.
Right.
You know, it's Mr. this and Mr. that. He's going, it's Mr. this, it's Mr. that, it's Mr. the other. But I'm not a Mr. You know, I'm no Mr.
Right.
Maybe he could tell you the names of the other members of his family at some point. That'd be useful.
The wife is Maria, and the child is none of my business. Exactly what he said. Child is none of my business. I'm asking why he didn't go into the light. He said, this is exact words, he said, light, shine.
Really?
Nice. I think that's a lack of faith.
Come on, Cuthbert, if you're here, please, please, please do something. Let us know that you're here in this room with us now. Maybe we can help you. Talk through David, communicate through David. He's here, we can help you. We can help you, your wife, your child, to move on, maybe leave this place. I know you've chosen to stay, but maybe we can help you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you. Can I just tell, this is my friend Yvette, because he wants to know who you are. He actually said, the words he said was, you're too late with your help.
I'm too late with my help.
Too late with your help.
Okay, fine.
Sorry.
So had David touched upon the poverty for which this part of South London gained a despicable reputation many years ago. It is true that slums surrounded the area, and any souls that still remain may not be too appreciative of the way that their sorry lives came to an abrupt end. But would such danger, disease and desperation still exist the further we travelled?
There's someone else here and I can't quite get my finger on it because it's a shadowy figure. This is someone I became aware of in the last place we were in, but I think I had crossed him over with who we were talking to.